this room that we're going into, this is a lab one. I often refer to this as the aftermarket lab. But this is where, if it is an amplifier, a electronic crossover, anything that runs on power, this is the lab where those products are developed, prototyped, spider modded, torn down, broke, put back together,
yep.
You name it. It happens in this lab. And something that's cool about this lab, and there's another one, we got another video of the next lab next door, and we'll show you that one as well. What's cool about these rooms is...
That was our old Warhorse test rig right there.
That's the power supply
I wanted
rig.
to throw that in there
no,
because
go ahead.
I figured people would like to know that.
No, and if I remember right, those are 350 amps each?
Yeah, or maybe 300. I think that's a 900 amp rack there.
So it's 900
somewhere in there. It's a lot.
It's a lot of go juice.
Yes.
Of course, that's an oscilloscope and an AP filter. I mean, we use a lot of this here in the development product. And you'll see, I think I spin the camera around, you'll see on one of the walls we get to, I mean, you'll see just enameled wire there. I mean, our guys will actually hand wind transformers. I mean, if they're trying to get an amplifier to meet a specific performance, if it's not doing what they want it to do, they'll just sit there and wind up their own transformer and stick it in.
Just like we make our own parts for acoustics, you know, they often do the same.
They often do the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, and this is a big shout out to Big D, because I know he tried to get into one. Here's the inside of a KX amplifier. This is actually an 804, so I actually thought they had one on the bench. They were doing some stuff on it, so I actually took a close up in there, but that's the inside, very clean as you can see. That's an 800 KX 800.4 amplifier. Lots of stuff. The cool part is there's a lot of stuff going on these tables right now that are future products that I can't tell you about. But they're in such a disarray, you don't even know what they are anyway.
That's right. It's a circuit board. Yeah.
There's a circuit board, there's this, there's that, but there's products there that I can't even talk about right now, but they're there. And so this gives you an idea. There's that shelving, you can see some of the wire maybe through there. There's another AP and an O-scope there, the power supplies. But what's cool about this room is when you're working on anything like circuit board, electronic, transistors, FETs, you name it, the last thing you want to do is static shock the boards with electricity, because you'll damage a FET, you'll damage a microcontroller. And what's important about that is, okay, so I got a board, I set it down on the table, I hook it up to all my test gear, and I do a test, and I do some measurements. Are those tests and measurements on a good board or a damaged board? And we want to make sure that it's not a damaged board. And if you've ever seen the movies where they're in a room and they're wearing the white suits and the hats and stuff, you know, a clean room environment, you don't need that when you're working on boards like this, but static electricity is your enemy. So that room, what's really cool about it is the flooring system, the glue, and everything that's in there is a special system that when you walk into that room, if you have static electricity on you, it's literally pulled off you to earth ground. So the tables are sitting in that room. If you walk in that room, you are perfectly safe. You can walk in and any static electricity is pulled. Hey, there's Colin with a K. How you doing, sir? If you're watching the show, I told Colin we were coming in and said, just ignore me. He's actually working on some stuff. He's actually building a test rig for something back in the OE bay. But this is the other room. We have two of these rooms where things happen. They do a lot of OE radios, marine radios. There's a lot of stuff that happens in this lab. It's not that they can't do different things in both the labs. It's just one lab kind of gets dedicated to one part of our business and the other gets dedicated to the other side. And the same thing you can see, we've got lots of gear, lots of equipment here, same type of grounding system on the floor so our guys can touch and handle boards without causing any issue or problems. And when it comes to the whole development process, these guys are going to be working on whether it's an EV, a DV, or even a PV, they'll work on all these three stages of our product development will happen in these rooms, correct, Aaron?
Same sampling process throughout all of our divisions, whether it's 12-volt, car, marine, lifestyle, you know, whatever it is.
Whatever it is, that same thing goes through that whole process.